This is the part where we sit. This is the part where we sit and we wait and we pray that something swims by and takes one of our rods. I feel like a very wise spiritual leader. Let's see if my patience is on par with one though. But first, check out this incredible knife given to me by Olight to celebrate their 18th anniversary. This is the Olight Duron. Open up this beautiful little pouch here, and inside is the knife, but also this commemorative coin, which is tradition when you give knives. You give it with a coin to prevent the knife from cutting the ties between the gift giver and the receiver. It protects good luck. This coin is solid metal and it's beautiful, and so is that blade. There are few things in this world I love more than a good knife, and the Olight Duron is a 10 out of 10. The action on the blade opening is incredibly crisp and fast. Now, Olight has been a huge staple in my channel. As you can see, I have all kinds of lights given to me, and now a knife. I use them all the time. They're on my bedside table, they're in my car. I'm even playing around with the Duron as I edit this video. Celebrate Olight's 18th anniversary by checking out the links in the description to see all the incredible deals they have on their website. I've got two rods out. The one on the right, big ugly stick with a pen slammer, and the one on the left, a custom-made rod by Brackish Water Customs with a Daiwa BG, I want to say 8000 on it. We're in Florida right now. Really important that when you cross state lines to do your fishing, that you remember that a lot of the rules and regulations change. So you have to update not only your fishing license for that state, but if it's Florida, you have to go through the land-based shark fishing certificate program or the refresher course if you've done it before, which I have. So in this bag, we have everything we need. We have our landing gear, we have bolt cutters. We actually have 3 different pairs of bolt cutters. I have the shark guide handbook if I need it. Probably won't. There's not a whole lot of species that are gonna bite in the surf this time of night, this time of year where we're at. It's a pretty small number of sharks. But we've got everything that we're required to have. We've got 80 to 100 pound line. We have non-offset, non-stainless steel hooks, courtesy of Terra Firma Tackle. And we've got our bait in a good spot. I've seen 2 sharks today. I didn't catch either one of them, but they're out there. Woo! Huh. Okay. Just trying to do a scenic shot. Ended up getting splashed. Let's just wait over here. All right, guys, I'm about ready to pack it in. But before we do, I want to show you something. It's one of the biggest mistakes you can make when you're doing really any kind of fishing, but especially this kind of fishing. And it is bringing this back with you. And I don't mean bait, I mean the smell of the bait, the essence of fish. Bringing this back with you on your clothes or in your car will mess up your life. I promise. It is a wreck. It is a disaster to deal with. So I'm going to show you guys how to deal with it properly. All right, we're in the parking lot. This is my car. I love this car. It's nice, it's new, and it smells great. Guess what will go first? Doing what I do and what many of you do all the time. It will be the smell. So what I'm going to show you is how to load all of your gear post-trip into your car so that it does not smell like fish. Because just like Al Pacino said, once you get that fish smell in there, it never comes out. All right, that's our gear right here. We got a backpack, we got a towel, we got rod holders, we got the rods, and you got to remember all of that, plus my hands, the skin of my hands and my clothes all have that fish smell. Just assume everything does. So here's what we got to do. We have to get all of this into the car, all my clothes into the car, my shoes into the car, all in such a way that not a single inkling of scent from any of this gets into that car. Here's how we're gonna do it. All right, this might sound incredibly simple, but garbage bags are your best friend. And if they have a nice little scent to them, even better. So here's what we're gonna do. I need to get this jacket off to start. Outer layer, right? This jacket does not have very much fish smell on it. In fact, we didn't really get a whole lot of bait out while we had it on, but let's assume that it does. That gets its own bag. Now, if you're thinking, oh, everything just goes in garbage bags, it's simple. Well, hang on, there's another step to this. Because used clothes, the ones I've already worn on this trip so far, they go into the garbage bag, which goes into the dry bag. Now, there are things in here I want because we haven't used them yet, so we're gonna get those out of here. So Steve Ranella, I think his name is, the hunter, treats his elk meat the same way we're gonna treat this. Once he puts that meat in the ice chest and the ice chest closes, it does not open again until he is home. Same thing. Once this goes in here, it ain't coming back out. Another hack, don't use the drawstrings. If I were to just tie these up right here like this, boom, let's say even double knot it, that is still, I can get my fingers in there. Like, look at that. I can get my fingers in there. So the scent, the smell particles of whatever is on you, the fish, the blood, that's coming out. So grab it here. Make sure you get all the air out of it. Squeeze that sucker and get the air out. Take that. Tie it in a knot here. You want to make sure that nothing is going to smell what's in here. If a bloodhound was looking for you and you put your belongings in this bag, you do not want that bloodhound to find you. All right, got to make sure we look in our backpack. Yes, right there. See, is there anything in here I need or want? The answer is 100% yes, there is. We'll be using these in just a moment. Always use the wind to your advantage if you can. It seldom cooperates with us as fishermen, you know this. But when you can get it to do what you want, enjoy those moments. All right, now, if you can't tie the garbage bag in a loop below the drawstrings, take your drawstrings and make a wrap, multiple wraps around the neck and tie them down there. Boom. So if you don't have enough length to make the knot with the neck, take your drawstrings, bring them down to the neck, and you're almost like suffocating this. That is how you keep the smell from getting back out if you don't have enough room to make the whole loop with the neck of the bag. Get this back in here. We're gonna shove it back here. This big case is mostly empty. We can actually use this to our advantage, but I've got a big empty space right here. I'm gonna try to organize everything in like blocks. It's like Tetris basically. Big case full of stuff that we mostly didn't use. Our cast net, our bait bucket, that's all clean. We have a small ice chest in here, like tiny. That's all in this bucket. We can't really move this around, but we didn't use any of that, so we don't have to worry about it. This empty space here, the next row over on our Tetris game, backpack. All right, said we were gonna use this water. Put it down right there. Now you are never, ever, ever going to get all of that smell out of this ice chest. It's a cooler. But we're gonna do as much as we can. Yeah, not a whole lot we can do there. This is where garbage bags really come in handy. But we just like to rinse that out, get as much of the loose stuff out as possible. Put this sucker back on. Last thing, hoop net, that goes in very, very last. But then we've left out our dry bag and our water. And the reason is the last thing that needs to go into that dry bag is the clothes that I'm wearing. And I'm gonna clean off my hands with the water, and then the hoop net goes in last. So let's go grab the clothes that we already got that we're gonna change into here. And this part can get a bit dicey depending on where you are. Granted, sometimes you shark fish in nice parking lots that have amenities, and sometimes you don't. So just think about these things beforehand. But we're going right there. Now we've still got our water here, but we're gonna wash our hands off real good before we get in the car. Let's go. Got these nice antiseptic hand wipes here. Really nice to have antiseptic ones because it's not just that my hands smell like fish. It's that I cut myself and got stabbed by a couple of fish spines, impaled by a hook here and there. You know, it's nice to just make sure you're not gonna go home and get infected. Because there's nothing worse in this world than thinking, oh, it's nothing, it's fine. And then you go home and suddenly this finger or that finger is swelling 3 times the size of its other fingers. All right, any junk from earlier in your trip, let's make sure we throw that away. Throw away all the junk. I've got my Olight on its lowest setting. Now there's one more. There's one more key to victory here. Let me show you. All right, here's what we got. Our shoes here. Let's get those down. Tuck those away. This blanket that we use, not for sleeping, but for masking the interior of the car. Put that down there. Now look, we got a little bit of sand in the car here. Yeah. These vinyl seats, we're gonna use this basically it's protectant wipes for you know, artificial weather, vinyl, things like that. So we're gonna have a go over both front and back. That is the last step before we're ready to head out of here. If you think I have a problem, if you think, okay, a little OCD, maybe. But man, I tell you what, as far as problems go, spending an extra 20 minutes being meticulous is well worth it. Let's go here. Some of this doesn't even need to really be done, like nothing touched the top of the seats here, but we're still gonna go over them. By the way, highly recommend you get one of these anti-theft bars. They are a nice deterrent. Stopping people from stealing your car is not about making it impossible to steal. It's making it virtually impossible to steal without being noticed. And that is what these little bars do so well. I'm gonna pull the removable floorboard out. Give this a good shake, yeah. Oh, getting sand in the car. That's not good. You could do this for days and not get it all, but we're gonna get as much as we can. There. And now, let's turn that down. Oh, yeah, there we go. Still too bright. There we go. All right. Now we can start the 8-hour journey home. Having fished with fish bites, dead shrimp, cut up pinfish, cut up dead chunks of rotten, bloody bonito. Being in the surf, being in the sand, sweating all day because I've been without a shower or a change of clothes for 2 days straight. And yet, our car will not smell like any of that. It will smell brand new. So take it from me. Take it from somebody who's done this for a living for a while, a couple of years now. Do not shortchange protecting your car from that fish smell. It will be the worst thing in the world. You will regret that mistake for years. Don't do it. Now we're home, finally, after days of driving, and look how beautiful the interior of my car looks. Absolutely gorgeous. I could list this thing right now if I wanted to sell it. It looks beautiful, and all you can smell is that nice car smell, the way it should be. Follow these basic steps. Do not take shortcuts. The day that you decide, you know what, this one time it's okay, the rest of the time you have that car, you will regret that decision. Definitely make sure to take care of your car. It is the one piece of gear that fishermen never really think about that much. They don't think about maintaining it as a part of their fishing gear. Trust me, from a guy who does this full time, it is one of the most quintessential parts of your fishing kit is your vehicle. So take care of it. Check out some of these other videos. Be sure to like and subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll check you guys later.